Hello, everybody. Well, welcome back. Welcome back here. I haven't made a video in a while. I'm working a lot behind the background. Study more, evolve more, and so forth. Do some revaluations as a normally process during the Mercury retrograde. Today got that push, would say, from above, like it's time to do something more differently, more advanced in there. But it was about the 7 reasons why you're not progressing as a twin flame. Finding out a lot of other things in there, so I spent time to do some PowerPoint presentations today for you, and hopefully that PowerPoint helps you to realize something in the twin flames journey, and hopefully you're gonna be evolved because that's what you're here for. Some other things maybe you're gonna be hearing here, they maybe apply to you, maybe they don't apply to you. Some of the things you're gonna accept, some other things you're going to reject. Not worry about these situations at all. What I'm worried about it is there is that as a society we are building, we're living within the society. Why you are keeping doing this? I look at it a lot of the posts of the groups. I watch some of the videos of other people who are in the twin flames. I watch videos of spiritual leaders being asked about the twin flames, and everything goes back into this cycle. Okay, this cycle that it's there because this cycle it's keep growing, and the society, the people who are on the twin flames journey, they don't evolve. So with this kind of like a things and energy that comes out, particularly we're talking about the last night, we're watching the videos in there that we're trying to explain back why your twin flame is not you, or what is the main reasons, and so forth and so forth. It's a lot have been talked, a lot have been copied from the past, and so forth and so forth. While the actual journey is completely kind of like a self guidance in there to get where you are. So the first reason, actually, in there for the you not being with your twin flame, you're reading it in your screen. That is it, the lack of understanding and aware of who you are as a twin flame. Now, let me give you this advanced perspective a little bit to you. You have consciousness exchange with someone that just creates this effects inside of you, because right now you have another person, another energy within your mind, within your consciousness in there, and that connection is pretty much talking to you, kind of like a report. And now with this consciousness in there, I did a lot of study, by the way, to understand this, even to myself. Why was it that it's going to be a normal, or why this is abnormal? Since the psychologist said if you're hearing some voices talking to you and so forth, it may be cuckoo. And there, while it wasn't about cuckoo, it was about something advanced. So I had to study. You can find yourself. There is a videos in the channel here, mirroring neurons. There is actually a playlist made about the mirroring neurons. And if you are have a struggle of understanding the advanced studies, then there is something is really not right with you. So you need to understand that inside of you there is a consciousness exchange with someone, and that creates this twin flame because you are the same vibrations there with an understanding inside of you. Now, aware of that, you have another consciousness within you. You basically kind of like becoming the host within this consciousness. Now, you have to deal with what this consciousness is trying to teach you. And this is what creates the twin flame effect in there. But are you are aware of this? Are you navigating the proper processes inside of you as an advancement that you're going in? Or are you really gonna go cuckoo in there and so forth? So a lot of the people are struggling with this because they don't understand who they are. They don't know how to navigate, because the psyche, it's too weak, and that energy of the psyche in there is bringing it to the next situations that are actually going to be. That is it, because you're seeking of informations, not what is within you. You're seeking at the informations how to make your twin flame join you, without understanding the journey on your personal level. And here is one of those main things I'm seeing over the years. We're talking about 10 years. Okay, we are not talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. We're talking about 10 years doing the twin flame and doing the research. And with this is about that a lot of the people want to hear things. And when they want to hear things, they want to know how to make their twin flame join them. While they don't look at it in there and understand that consciousness that teaches what is trying to prepare in them in there. By the way, another thing is that you maybe have one way consciousness just from them to you, and you're thinking that they have the same thing within their head. Basically, your consciousness went to them. Most of the time, that doesn't happen. This is why some of the people who goes in there and they're like, oh, but what is this? What is that? Why I have these feelings? Why I have those thoughts? Why do we have this 5D and so forth and so forth? You're asking the person, and the person is like, what have you been smoking? Right? What have you been doing in there? So this is comes in order you to be evolving in there. This is for you coming for your personal evolution. Somehow, some way, for proper divine reasons, the mirroring neurons and acting with someone else. What is the purpose? What is the reasons? Is you to find what's in your own. While if you have duality exchange, basically your conscious goes to them and their consciousness goes to you. Now you have this inner talks about self-evolution from within you before you actually merging in there. Okay, but most of the people they are going in and they are doing something completely different. And here is one of the things that I finding out that their spiritual ego is suppressing it. As you're advancing, you're looking at for advanced learning, you're advancing situations is in there. But when somebody comes in and tells you advanced stuff, what do? If you're watching advanced videos, if you're watching advanced informations, you pushing it out of the way because you're not resonated it in there. Some actually are looking at it in there is like, oh, well, this is a spiritual ego. Let me tell you this. If you're talking about this, someone has their spiritual ego, is your internal expressions of your spiritual ego from within you about this. Because you don't want to progress. You want your twin flame that comes in and they're going to give you this progress. They're going to be giving you this. Instead of you open yourself up, you're looking at that empty space that it's not filled from within yourself in there and fill it up with that advancements is in there. So if you have a hard time understanding advanced energies, asking yourself why, because your spiritual ego is suppressing it because he wants to stay. But what is the reason that he wants to stay? One of the main reasons in there is because you're seeking for outside validations. Those seeking outside validations is based out of what? The victim mode. 90% of the people out there in the twin flames, they stay in a victim mode. And they stay in that drama and the trauma for so long without learning to let it go. Okay? You're going within that the victim mode, and let me tell you why. Because you want somebody to feel sorry for you. You want someone to tell your twin flame, it's like, hey, don't you feel sorry for this person? Don't you feel sorry about what happened? And so forth and so forth. And it goes on in there. Oh, my twin flame this, my twin flame that, and I'm suffering right now. And you're playing that role of a victim for so long until you don't learn. You have to let it go. You have to work this out, this consciousness that it's inside of you, to understand who you are as a twin flame. Once you work that out in there, you're letting it go. Because guess what? That consciousness that it comes in from this person is actually helping you to evolve what it's missing within you, and that's why you feel that so much, that love, because it completes you. Okay, it completes you. I get it, I understand it, been there, done that, study it. Okay, but the power of the let it go is you let it go of the old stuff there inside of you. A lot of you also, what happens is since you're focused on that external validations, you also create something else. You create expectations that are based out of the 5D. Let me tell you what that's I'm trying to say. That 5D energies that is within the consciousness between both of you. Without you have any proper communications within the 3D. Let me explain that if you don't have the 3D communications in there, you only can have this kind of like a false reality in there, which is you're accepting as a true reality, which is if you understand the proper spiritual and hermetism principles in there, what is upstairs, same thing is downstairs. But you have these 5D connections, this 5D consciousness, you have not processed it, you stay in the drama and the trauma in there, you're projecting this false self programming from within you without you have this 3D reality, because he cannot process. He haven't processed the 5D in order that to manifest in the 3D, because there is a lack of connections in there. Lack of connections of what though? The first you need to understand is the lack of the connections between your consciousness with the consciousness that you got during the consciousness exchange with them. That is what's missing, the connection. First of all, within you. Second of all, you to understand what it is within the twin flame. You fixing a doubt situations is in there, you are gonna be ready for the 3D, because you're gonna be able to balance it. Not this stress, not this energies of like have this intensity, these vibrations and everything that goes on, because the both two consciousness within yourself, when you meet, since it's not processed in there, creates this vibrations in the magnetic field, which is they're very strong, and this is why some of the twin flames are fearing to be within the twin flame, fearing to be next to you, because your vibrations is too strong, and you are emitting your consciousness and their consciousness, and the problems that it's existing in there, you're emitting it out, and they're like, oh my gosh, what's going on? Because you're putting all this stress within them. When you accepting the consciousness in the proper ways in there, you are going to be able to go to the energies of the peace, and then when they meet, when you meet with them, you're going to have the peace that will create a base for 3D communications. Okay, those 3D communications, they got to be based out of the authenticity. Basically, they say what they feel and you say what they feel. You explain what happened, they explain what happened. They're understanding what is going on and you understanding what's going on. You begin to kind of like a putting together of that bridge between the 5D and the 3D. Okay, a little by little, at just one piece at a time. And if you don't do that, or if the one person doesn't want to do it, you need to practice until let it go, because the consciousness of them just come for you. You to work that out. Then you have to move on. You gotta go on. Maybe there is another soul connections for you. Maybe there is another pattern that it's gonna be learning from it, which has happened to a lot of the people who advanced there within the twin flames journey. All right. See that lack of the authenticity inside. Another issues that has been seen it a lot within the twin flame and a twin flames community in there is that when you missing this authenticity in there, you create this false reality. That false reality does mind games within the 5D in there, and that creates this base of the false personality. My twin flame came in, says this, my twin flame that, my twin flame come out and shows up and blah, 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 blah. Stop. Cut it out in there. What are you creating? Where is the reality? Where is the authenticity from within you facing the reality that you don't have the 3D communications with that? Where is all this purpose? You see, everything that it's out there in the 5D, it's manifesting in the 3D. If it doesn't manifesting in the 3D, it's only at the mind gaps. and you need to look at your authentic processes that it goes on inside of you. Okay, and this is why the society just the twin flame society just goes around and around in these circles in there, and recycling these teachings, recycling these processes over and over and over without the realizing. You have to grounding these energies out, because if you're grounding those energies, you're matching with that piece. Sooner or later, those energies, they're going to have an effect within the 3D. But if you have this false image within yourself, you hold on so tight for that consciousness within them, that connections within them, you are beginning to go a little bit offset. And sooner or later, when you hold so much, you're in pain. That pain begins to create a trauma within you, and here you're staying on that trauma for as long as you are, while you're lacking that evolution to see the things as they are. To be, it is what it is. To realizing it is what it is. Now, when you put that picture within yourself that you're creating clear about these things, you put everything is in order, everything that is gonna comes into you is gonna come down to the bottom lines in there of what it is going on. A lot of you feel like you're never gonna give up in the journey. Okay, never give up on your evolution. But as you have the resistance in there because you're limiting beliefs, you are resisting because of the false image in there. You are self-limiting based on old belief system that is existing within you. As the journey creates the path for you, but that path usually comes in a disguise in there. You feeling in pain because you're holding to the old. And this is why you're not evolving. There is there reasons. You're not evolving because you hold on. While there is nothing really progressing in there. And in order you are progressing in there, look deep inside of you. But don't lie to yourself. Be authentic. Because the lack of authenticity within itself, you are going to be creating a false reality. You're going to be acting on a false reality. And that false reality, sooner or later, is going to ask you to make a U-turn. So you can go back into your own personality. You can go back into this image there was, until that consciousness process, it's finally working. You process the knowledge and the wisdom that it comes in of that consciousness within yourself. You finally get into situations. And guess what? Once you process it, you don't have that consciousness there anymore. It is complete. Then you are advanced. You are ready to cross over. And if you have one way energy, you have to let go of that person who even have a clue what the heck is going on with you. But if you have the two-way consciousness exchange, and the two ways actually is going to begin to work out. Because right now you begin to understand them, the person you are connecting. So with that being said, I want to say, guys, thank you for watching. I will appreciate your comments, concerns, or anything. If you need any connections with me or consultations, visit the website below. There is a contact form in there, and we're looking forward to hear you and see your comments below the video. And I wish you good luck. Good luck within this journey. I know it's not easy, but you need to accept one thing. It is what it is. And be loved.